Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are thinking about making a move to Northern Virginia and you aren't sure where to start your research, you are in the right place. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing the good and the bad, pros and the cons of living in Fairfax County. And you're definitely going to want to stick around until the end because I will be sharing one of my least favorite things about living in the Northern Virginia area. So let's start out with the good, start on an upbeat note. One of the pros of living in Fairfax County is diversity. Niche.com ranked Fairfax County the #3 most diverse county in all of the state of Virginia. That's something that I really love about this area. You will come in contact with people from all walks of life, and it really is just a wonderfully diverse area to call home. Next up is a low crime rate, and I'm always going to give the disclosure, do your own research, check out the local police reports, research neighborhoods on your own, because everybody has a different definition of safe. But from a statistics standpoint, Fairfax County is a very safe place to call home and has a much lower crime rate as compared to the rest of the United States. Next up is employment opportunities, and this is a big reason that people relocate not just to Fairfax County, but to Northern Virginia in general. And Fairfax County has one of the strongest job markets in all of the country. People are relocating here to level up their careers. This is a very career-driven area, so if you are looking for that higher paying job or climbing the corporate ladder, check out Fairfax County. Speaking of job opportunities, the median household income here in Fairfax County is very impressive, standing at $145,000 per year. And with that high income comes high expectations for public schools. Fairfax County has a very well-renowned school system, and it also has private schools, so you can really have the best of both worlds depending on the education that you want for your kids. Another disclaimer though, I'm always going to say is do your own research. You really have to look into the schools depending on what it is that you want for your child and their education. So do that research and invest the time to make sure they end up exactly where you want them to be. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I release weekly videos on everything about life in Northern Virginia. Now let's talk about transportation, specifically public transportation. And Fairfax County has an extensive bus system called the Fairfax Connector. And in addition to that, there's also Metro. Multiple stations right in Fairfax County can get you where you need to go, can even take you to the airport, definitely into DC and into Maryland as well. Now let's get to the fun stuff. There is so much to do in Fairfax County and so much to do nearby. You can head into Washington, DC, check out the museums, the monuments, the theaters, the shows, the food. And there's also so much to do just within a few hours of Fairfax County. I feel like that's something that I really love about this area. You can be to a beach in a few hours. You can also be to the mountains in just a couple hours. We have the beautiful Shenandoah nearby. And if you don't want to go anywhere, Fairfax County has you covered. You can find any type of food you could possibly want in the area. We have lots of fantastic festivals. We have Wolf Trap if you want to catch a show. We also here in Fairfax County have renowned shopping in Tyson's Corner. If you want to do a little retail therapy, Fairfax County has you covered there as well. I think from living here so many years and growing up in the area that I tend to take it for granted, and when people move here, they really are just surprised at how much there is to do and see and take in. And that is a great feature of the Fairfax County area and really Northern Virginia in general. So now that I've told you all these wonderful things that come with living in Fairfax County, I'm going to quickly follow it up with, like everywhere else, there are definite cons to living in Fairfax County and in Northern Virginia in general. The top two that I think are the biggest for anyone that lives here or is moving here, number one is traffic. And I don't have a better way to put it other than the traffic here sucks. It's terrible and it becomes a way of life. The DMV is the #2 worst city in all of the United States for traffic. So keep that in mind. If you are making a move here, you are definitely probably going to have this adjustment period unless you're coming from, LA, New York City, maybe a couple other areas, but for the most part, it's going to be a big adjustment. And I see a lot of relocation clients going, wow, Amanda, you said the traffic is bad, but you weren't kidding, and I'm not kidding. The other con that I would say is really can be a shock, the cost of living, and in particular, the cost of housing. In Fairfax County, the median sale price for a home right now is $700,000. And the overall cost of living in Fairfax County is just about 50% higher than the national average. So it is an expensive place to call home. I really do believe in, you get what you pay for. There's a lot of amenities and access that comes with it. But when you are checking out that budget, be sure to factor in that the cost of living here in Fairfax County and Northern Virginia is on the high side. Another con of Fairfax County is you are most likely going to need a car. I'm not going to say in every case, but the majority of people in Fairfax County have a car and need a car because it's not set up to be this completely walkable area. Yes, there are walkable areas in Fairfax County. Downtown Vienna is very walkable, Fairfax City, Mosaic District, but unless you are just right by those places, in general, navigating Fairfax County, you're going to need a car to do it. Now let's talk about the weather, and if you love 4 true seasons, then Fairfax County's weather is going to be a pro for you. But if you don't like really hot, humid, muggy summers, it's going to be a con. Summer here is brutal. I spend a good bit of time down in South Carolina in Charleston, and frequently our humidity here in Northern Virginia is worse than 500 plus miles south. It gets just downright sticky here in the summertime. Now, I will say fall and spring are just picture perfect here. Absolutely gorgeous, never long enough in my opinion. You might also think winter is a con here. It does get cold and we do get snow. Nothing crazy in recent years, but occasionally we will get dumped on a good bit. And when it snows here, even just a couple inches, schools in particular, they are shut down. So if you have kiddos, be prepared that you're probably gonna have some snow days. Another con is allergies. And the DC area is one of the top 5 worst places for allergies, especially in the fall. They're pretty bad here. Ragweed in the fall is really terrible. And I say this for my human friends and pets too. I have a lot of clients who have moved here and experienced the allergies themselves, but then also their fur children have experienced those awful allergies and have to go on some medications to manage them. So keep that in mind. If you've got a pet in your family, they're probably going to experience our bad allergies as well. Last con before I share what I just really think is a terrible attribute of this area is it's hard to make lasting connections in Fairfax County. And that's because this is a very transient area, not just Fairfax County, but Northern Virginia and really the DMV in general. People are constantly moving in and out. So it can be hard if you are new to the area, don't have any friends. It can be difficult to make lasting connections just because 1, it's so transient, and 2, it is a rat race here. It's a very fast-paced life. People are very busy, so it can be hard to establish those long-term relationships. So you've made it through the pros and the cons, and now I'm going to share the one thing that I just highly dislike about this area. It drives me crazy, and that is personal property tax. And this is not limited to Fairfax County, but what I have learned in working with relocation clients over the years is this does not exist everywhere. And having grown up here, I didn't know that. Personal property tax in Fairfax County is going to be assessed on your car, your truck, your mobile home, your motorcycle, even a trailer. I just think that it is a really annoying charge, and it's just something to be aware of. You're not going to be able to get out of it. It's the law here, but be prepared because if you're in an area that doesn't have it now, it definitely could be a hit to your budget. We're not talking just a couple dollars as far as the tax goes. And that's another thing that really annoys me, that we just have to pay all of these different taxes. So I'm gonna say it's a con for the area because it's not the case everywhere. So there you have it, the pros and the cons of living in Fairfax County. Remember, if you have any questions, all my contact info is in the description below, or you're always welcome to leave a comment. And if you got some value from this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Until I see you on the next one, take care.